your most terrifying thing you've witnessed at school? Our private school had this psychotic dress code: white button-down shirt, tight vest, and absolutely no exceptions. 1 violation meant detention, 2 meant instant suspension. However, this kid Ian was the only one who tried to disobey. He had a gift where he could make you laugh so hard you'd cry, but the second a teacher turned around, he'd be sitting there looking innocent with his hands folded. But something wasn't right that Tuesday morning when he came to class. Ian walked into our classroom wearing his vest completely buttoned, and I could tell something was off. He wasn't wearing the white shirt underneath, and wasn't making any jokes. Mrs. Garrison, our homeroom teacher who once gave a kid detention for having his shoes laced wrong, immediately noticed. Ian, where's your shirt? Ian just stood there, didn't say anything. Where's your white shirt? I can't see your collar. The whole class went silent. Ian mumbled something about just being hot. Mrs. Garrison stood up from her desk, and you could feel the tension. Go put your shirt on, right now. Ian shook his head. I can't. She marched over to him, her heels clicking on the floor like a countdown. You think you're special? You think because you make everyone laugh you're above the dress code? She was getting louder with each word. Either you show me you're wearing proper uniform, or I'm calling your parents right now. Ian was starting to tear up, and we'd never seen him cry before. Mrs. Garrison's face was turning that specific shade of red that meant someone was about to get destroyed. Oh, you're crying now? You think tears will get you out of this? She grabbed Ian's arm hard, her manicured nails digging into his shoulder, and dragged him to the front of the class. He was trying to pull away, but she had him tight. Everyone, look at Ian. He thinks he's too good for our rules. Ian was begging now, actually begging. Please, Mrs. Garrison, please don't do this. I'll go to the office, I'll take detention, just please stop. But that just made her angrier. You'll do what I tell you to do. She spun him around to face us. You want to show off in front of the class? Go ahead. The whole class was watching now. She literally pulled him to the front of the room and said, show off in front of everyone. Everyone was laughing. They all thought it was funny, but Ian was crying. I can't. Please. You don't understand. Mrs. Garrison laughed, this cruel little laugh. Oh, I understand perfectly. You think you're special. You think the rules don't apply to you because you're funny. She turned to the class. You all think he's so hilarious, right? Let's see how funny he is now. She grabbed both of his shoulders. Last chance. Take it off or I'll take it off for you. Ian just stood there shaking, tears streaming down his face, and that's when Mrs. Garrison completely lost it. Fine. Mrs. Garrison yanked at his vest and Ian tried to twist away, but she had a death grip on the fabric. You want to act tough? You want to disrespect me in my own classroom? She pulled harder and I heard the fabric rip. Ian let out this sound I'll never forget, like a wounded animal. It was so obvious. Stop being so dramatic. She finally got the vest half off and Ian was fighting her. Really fighting, but she was determined. Look at him, class. This is what happens when you think you're above the rules. She gave one final yank and the vest came off completely. He was standing there without a shirt on. The entire class was dying laughing at him. They thought it was hilarious. They were all screaming and pointing while Ian looked traumatized. Then she goes, do a spin for everyone. Let them all see what you were trying to show them, then you can put it back on. She pushed his shoulder, and he started turning. And the second he turned to face away from the class, the entire room went dead silent. It was terrifying. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. We all just stared, our brains trying to process what we were seeing. I looked at the girl next to me, and her mouth was hanging open. Oh my God, someone whispered. Mrs. Garrison was frozen, just standing there with her hand still on his shoulder, because Ian's entire back was completely covered in cuts and scars, old ones and new ones, some still red and swollen. It looked like someone had been whipping him for a long time. Mrs. Garrison's face went from red to white so fast I thought she might faint. Her hands were shaking as she grabbed his vest from the floor, trying to cover him, but she couldn't make her fingers work. She pulled Ian against her, wrapping her arms around him like she was trying to hide him from the world. She was terrified, and this scared us even more. She was trying to contain herself, but kept letting out these horrible, gasping sobs. Oh my God, sweetie. Oh my God. She half carried, half dragged him toward the door. We all sat in the classroom crying for him. The school launched a huge investigation that night. 47 documented injuries. They arrested his father that week for abuse, but weirdly, Ian never came back to school.